So really you could say astrology is a tool to minimize pain to individuals and societies.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you could say that. For me, astrology is number 1, 2, or 3, a tool to rediscover who you are, to discover who you are. Or some people have forgotten. When I'm talking about who you are, I'm talking about your innate abilities. You have basically, there is a spiral, every energy, like I said, there's a positive side and a negative. So being a Scorpio is not a Scorpio can take 100 steps to heaven and 100 steps to hell. So it's 200 steps. And that is the same with each person. So you need to understand the 100 negative steps and the 100 positive steps. And that gives you freedom. Many people don't understand that astrology is not a tool that judges you. You are a Scorpio, that's why you are like that. It's a tool that you're a Scorpio, you have these potentials, basically based on imagination, sensitivity. You can take your imagination up to heaven, or you can imagine all sorts of negative things. So what you have to understand that imagination is key. You have to work with imagination. How do you work with imagination? You can go and you should learn to meditate, or take up some art form that puts the imagination into a positive spin instead of a negative spin. Things like that, different things. When a Scorpio is feeling low, you say, oh, and now I'm sinking down into the negative bit. Okay, now I go out and walk, get up there. You understand that there's a tendency for the imagination to
spiral into negative thinking.
Yeah, spiral into negative thinking, into imaginative thinking. And basically you are creating. Scorpios worry, okay, I have to, okay, my kid, where is my son? He was supposed to come home at 5, now it's 5:30. Where is he? Oh, my God, he must have all sorts of things.
Maybe he got hit by a car.
Yeah, yes,
there must have something horrible happened.
Yeah, 6 o'clock definitely. 6:15, phoning all the hospitals. But basically it's, when you understand its imagination.
Of course, the child is a Pisces and got lost in a daydream.
Yeah, so if that is okay. Pisces needs to daydream, but you can daydream constructively. So give a Pisces a camera, a film camera, so the Pisces becomes Spielberg, instead of something, well, that's what you see. Well, for example, when I was doing charts in LA and I saw all these moguls in Hollywood, you get Pisces. Guys who are running the studios, the agencies, the music industry, Pisces. Steve Jobs, Pisces.
So, tell me more about how astrology has been able to help people to resolve problems in their lives.
It's not all about problems. I have a one lady who is in my school. She's a famous artist in Iceland. She has been painting like religious motifs, and she was like very successful. People bought lots of her stuff, but she was like stuck in a way in this Madonna God paintings, and you could see her. She's a moon in Capricorn and ascendant in Virgo and Venus in Pisces, so it's a spiritual Virgo Madonna lady type. But she also has Sun in Aries in the 8th house. So basically, when I was doing her chart, I told her that Sun in Aries means Aries is like a impulsive, aggressive, and she was not expressing that. And 8th house has to do with taking on taboos, sexual matters, and basically, in discussing this Aries and the 8th house, she we talked about taboo and sex and stuff, and she realized that that was an area she had not explored enough. So she started, so she took her art into that direction, and she has become extremely successful. She has begun painting pictures of sexual nature, but also abuse, helping women explore their sexuality, sensuality, and basically her career took off because in a way lots of people were shocked. Wow, why is she doing that? This type of, but in a way people were impressed because she took art into a dangerous territory. She did something with art. Artists are always expressing themselves. Everything we do is an expression of who we are. And she found a new aspect of her personality, and she started to express that part. Both very good for her art, but also for her personality, because she feels much better. She has also used that for her children. Another story connected to her son. She has a son who is Gemini, a Leo. And well, I did a chart for her son, like a personality profile, and in there that says a Gemini needs diversity, and if you are a Gemini, you need to have more than one. So she read that and took it a step further because her son was studying music, and she asked the music teacher, can he learn to play the piano and a guitar? And the teacher became like a bit and then said okay, because she is paying for it. She basically demanded that. And the thing is that when her son, he's 10, started learning the piano, and then he got bored with the piano, they started on the guitar and then the piano, and his musical education shut up, because it suited him. In the stereotypical world, you would, I teach piano, and you are there at Gemini and you learn piano, and it's 1 hour and you're bored after 15 minutes, but you have to play the piano again and again. So for the next 45 minutes you are asked to boom, 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 do some chords, so it becomes bored. So when he became bored, he started on the guitar. So that's one. I mean, there are a million ways in the way you use astrology, and what astrology tells about your personality. You start expressing your personality. I say you have to understand your basic. You have a number of sub-personalities. That is what I'd say. You are one person with a number of sub-personalities. I sometimes talk about inner children. You're a mother of 4 or 5 inner children. You have to nurture them all. So step 1, and to become a whole person, is to understand that you have many sub-personalities. Okay, you understand that. Step 2, accept. I accept that I have many. And step number 3, nurture. Do something about it. That is what I tell people. That is all my books, personality profiles, readings, has to do with understanding your sub-personalities, what to do with your sub-personalities, and how to nurture them. When you start nurturing them, then you start nurturing you, not someone else. So you stop nurturing your idea of what you think your best friend wants you to do, or your father who does not understand you wants you to do. That is the problem with us. We are always trying to do something to become accepted by other people, not by being who we are.
And how can these products help us to understand our sub-personalities?
They describe your sub-personalities. I said I was a Taurus. Taurus is an extremely down-to-earth sign. I'm very down-to-earth. The key for me has to do with useful. If some knowledge can be useful, consider this. I live in Iceland. There are 300,000 people in this country. 300,000 people. It's like a small city. I have been an astrologer in this small society for 30 years, 31 years. We are a fisher. We fish. We are basically extremely down-to-earth people. I could not have survived here in order if I hadn't. I have to be useful. So the products, my approach to writing has to do with use. How can you use this? How can it be useful to you? And useful to you is down-to-earth description of who you are and what you need to do in order to express, nurture your sub-personality. So that's what I focus on in my texts. I just say, you need to do this. Go sing in a choir. Go run. Cancer, go out and take walks down by the sea. Go up in the mountain. Walk by the nature. Cancer, Sagittarius, horses. Get horses, you know. Whatever. So it's bara express. I don't like. I personally I don't like things to be too much in the sky.
Sort of too mystical.
No. I mean, I admit that that's okay for people who want that, and some people want that. Fine.